We're making Tonkotsu Ramen. Tonkotsu Ramen. What he say? What he say? Such a wish I didn't see that. Nephew Nick apologized to the children.
No, you have to rinse it. The blood makes it.
No, you have to rinse out. Here is our So wait, that's so
raw?
much enoki. It feels like you're having enoki with side of ramen.
Konnichiwa, Tomodachi.
Hi Tomodachis, welcome back to another Uncle Roger reaction.
Yes, so today is Uncle Roger review Nick DiGiovanni Ramen.
Nick DiGiovanni, he's actually
DiGiovanni, I see.
he's a big what's it called? TikTok star actually as well.
I see. I have that feeling though.
But anyway, if you want to see us react and maybe try making this ramen, feel free to give our channel a like and subscribe.
Let's watch ramen.
So many niece and nephew asking Uncle Roger to review Nick DiGiovanni making ramen.
I've been wanting to make this forever, but now is the time.
This guy Harvard graduate, Masterchef Finalist, and has the smoothest baby face out there. Fuyo! Let's see how he do. Before we start, my nephew Nigel trying out new character on his
really?
podcast.
Oh.
He is Uncle Roger, long lost Italian cousin.
Italian.
Zio Ruggero!
Why?
Because
I
people
see.
be up carbonara. No cream carbonara, mamma mia.
Link in description.
Italian
Give that
Uncle
kid
Roger.
a like. Maybe he will review
But
bad
he's not Uncle Roger,
BBC
right?
food
nephew
carbonara
Nigel.
video.
Just nephew
I
Nigel.
know so many of you have asked for ramen for so long. So today, we're making Tonkotsu Ramen. Tonkotsu Ramen.
What he say? What he say?
So today, we're making Tonkotsu Ramen.
That is
Tonkotsu.
raw.
Nephew Nick,
Ramen.
I think you mean tonkotsu.
Yes.
In Japanese, ton mean
Oh, he
pork,
just
kotsu
missed it.
mean bone.
I
So
see.
tonkotsu ramen makes sense. It pork bone ramen.
That's
But
right.
katsu mean cutlet.
Yeah,
So
I just
tonkatsu
imagined like
mean
that.
fried piece of pork. That completely different thing. Say it properly.
much.
Tonkotsu. Tonkotsu.
I've already started a couple
Tonkotsu.
things. So for now, let's pop back to yesterday when I hadn't shaved yet, and we'll go to an Asian market. So we've just pulled up
Asian
to this.
market.
This is him with Starbo. Uncle Roger can grow better beard than you. Hiya.
Some unique and awesome ingredients here.
Oh, Asian
So
market.
the first things we're gonna grab is a bunch of pork bones and chicken bones for that really flavorful
Oh,
stock.
chicken
Pork
bone,
bone,
yes,
chicken bone, correct.
But okay,
nephew
I think
Nick,
chicken bone
iron your
still.
shirt. Hiya. Harvard graduate, can't afford iron.
Harvard.
It's like -8 million degrees in here. I'm frigid.
Oh, you should join Team Auntie Helen. She frigid also.
Well, we got the pork belly, so let's get home and make some ramen.
belly,
There's
yes.
nothing like a good
Why
Japanese
eggplant?
Gotta find
So
a place to
big,
eat this
though.
for the drive.
Uncle Roger wish
I
I,
just
didn't see
expected.
that.
I
Nephew Nick
just
apologized to
anticipated.
the children. Hiya.
I'm gonna
Sorry
start
for
making that
children.
amazing ramen broth. First, I'm gonna go in with
glass
all my
bowl.
chicken wings. Next, I'm gonna start taking these pork hocks that we got from the Asian grocery.
Pork hog?
As you can see here, there is some meat on the outsides there, but you've got a nice big chunk of bone in there.
No
tons
pork
of flavor.
bone.
No. Pork hog. Too much meat on that. You should be using pork bone, not pork hog. If you make tonkotsu broth with hog, you're gonna have too much meat falling off from broth. Make it dirty.
Once I've tossed
want
in
the
all those
marrow
pork
from the
bones, I'm gonna go
inside
ahead and add my
to make
last
it
bit of
milky.
protein in there, which are duck wings.
Duck
Duck?
wing? Nobody use duck wing for tonkotsu. Hiya. We
Really?
use pork bone and maybe chicken bone, but I think nephew Nick want to kill all the animal. Why don't you put elephant wing in there also?
I'm gonna cover all of this
So
up with
duck
some
is
nice
very
cold
rare
and
to have
crushed
the wings
water,
in
then
Japan.
crank up the heat and bring this to a nice rolling boil.
Niece and nephew, screenshot this image and send to your vegan friend because this is vegan's worst nightmare.
That's
they
right.
see that even
Very
dead
nightmare.
animal have more company than them.
Once this has come to a rolling boil, clear up
that
some of the
color is
scum that
not
begins
very
to form in the
nice.
top. Some people will tell you to rinse this all the way
So
out, but I
bad.
like to keep all the flavor that's still in
No.
there from the
You
bone,
have
so
to
I don't
rinse
like
it.
to rinse
The
out.
blood makes it.
No, you have to rinse out. Otherwise your broth gonna be so dirty. Hiya. Look at your water. Look at your water.
very
It's so pink
hiya.
already. Because there's so much scum
What's
in
this?
animal bone. It look bad, but it also tastes weird. You need to soak water overnight, throw water away, clean the bone, and start over with fresh water. Hiya. Uncle Roger predict nephew Nick broth gonna be so dirty. Let's see if I correct.
Now is when we let this go overnight for
what's
12
this?
hours. This is gonna
Okay,
12
hour,
hours.
okay.
Next, we'll do our chashu pork belly. Now, this part you don't have to do overnight, but I'm gonna sous vide it to get it really soft and tender.
Vide?
Ooh, his sweet pork belly. This nephew so fancy.
So I'm gonna let this go overnight as well. This pork has been very bad. So, we have to tie it up.
What?
First,
What?
Ew, don't spank your dinner. Get room and spank your girlfriend. Leave the poor pork alone.
for our sous vide, the first thing we'll do is put this finely rolled out
chashu
pork
style,
into a
chashu.
nice large bag.
Big
Add 4
Ziploc.
cloves
So
of
much
garlic,
bigger.
a few hunks of ginger, green onion, soy sauce,
pork
try to
itself is
ingredient,
so
not
much
bad.
bigger.
mirin,
Okay.
The
1/3
ingredients
cup
are
of this
okay though.
extremely pungent
fish
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 sauce.
sauce
Fish
a bit
sauce.
weird.
Sugar, about a half a cup or so. Then inside the bag, we're gonna massage the
You
heck
can
out
use
of
fish
our
sauce
meat.
and tare, but it might be a bit strong for the chashu.
Stop it,
fish
hiya. Are you
sauce.
making cooking video or auditioning for Bang Bros? I feel bad for this guy girlfriend now. I think he will do to girlfriend what he do to pork belly. Spank her, tie her up, and dip her in fish sauce.
Oh,
That actually sound quite nice. Sorry, children.
I see.
Now we're gonna roll this up extremely
Okay, but at least he marinate the meat, so not like Jamie Oliver, white pork belly.
and cook this overnight for about 12 to 15 hours.
15, 12
Okay,
to
it's the next
15,
morning.
wow.
I was tending to that ramen broth throughout the night.
Oh really? I thought you would be spanking someone.
And we blew the fuse 3 times last night. So let's start with our soft-boiled eggs. Now that our water's boiling, we're ready to add those eggs. But first, we're gonna add about a tablespoon or 2 of vinegar.
That's
which is
okay,
actually
yeah.
gonna prevent running of the whites of any of these eggs.
Running off the whites, that what Uncle Roger called every marathon hour.
I'll drop in my 6 eggs, place on the lid, but we're gonna do it for 6 minutes and 9 seconds, which I promise you, it sounds silly, but it's the perfect time for a soft-boiled egg.
6 minutes 9 seconds. Hiya, another dirty joke by this guy. I can't believe
I
this
think he
guy
likes
video dirtier than my Nigella Lawson video.
Here I have a really cold ice bath.
Good technique.
Straight into the
Better
ice
than
bath
Jamie
while they're
Oliver.
cooking.
Already
For our
much
ramen egg
better.
marinade, we'll combine 3/4 cup of mirin, quarter cup
Good.
soy
mirin,
sauce,
I
dark
see.
soy sauce. If you can't find dark soy sauce,
Ingredient all correct.
now it's time to peel our eggs. But I just wanted to show you guys first how perfect that yolk on the inside is.
Oh,
I told you, it's
I
amazing.
see.
Uncle Roger feel like I need shower after watching this video.
Drop them right in
I
that soy
see.
bath. I'll cover these with
For
plastic
ramen,
wrap
that is
and
still a
allow
little
them to
bit
soak
too
for
runny,
several
I think.
hours.
Niece and nephew, you see this? If you use plastic wrap like this, the top of egg won't be marinated because it's touching plastic, not the liquid. It will have one white spot on it. Pro tip, use paper towel, like how Way of Ramen channel do with egg.
Our eggs are all set. Next, we're gonna make our tare. It's a
Oh,
Oh,
he making
tare,
tare.
I see.
This already better than Jamie and Nigella ramen. Tare is the soul of ramen. It's the flavoring for the broth.
Yeah,
First,
it's
we're going to start with our
important.
dashi. Add about 3.5 to 4 cups of water, 3 sheets of kombu,
Kombu,
and really let this
okay.
heat up. We don't
Kombu.
want to boil it. We're actually looking at
Correct. Don't boil kombu.
Basically, dashi is this umami-packed Japanese soup stock. It's used in so many different things, and this is how we're going to build the foundation.
Does
This
this a
guy
lot.
really loves shot of his hand. So many close up of his hand. Is he hand model of something? Imagine if Uncle Roger
I
make
see.
cooking video and all you see is
Just hands.
Cup of bonito flakes,
Okay.
dried shiitake mushrooms. I'll turn off the heat and set it aside. Once that incredible dashi is done, we'll strain it into a nice large bowl.
oh, pour too fast, some liquid fell out. Don't waste food.
But now, keeping about 2 cups of our dashi,
That's
we'll
a
create our
slowly.
tare by adding 1 cup of soy sauce.
Oh, good.
1 cup
This
of
tare
vinegar,
look like it
1/2
got so much
cup of
umami,
two
so no
tablespoons
need
of vinegar,
MSG.
6 cloves of garlic, and then about 2 tablespoons of black peppercorns. Now we're gonna let
Okay,
our
tare,
sit
not
just
bad.
like the- Now for our ramen. Please do not use
You should
dry
cook it
instant
down a
ramen
little bit,
noodles. This is an absolute no-go.
No maruchan.
Correct. Don't use packet instant ramen. And also, don't use soba like Jamie Oliver.
no.
But Uncle Roger don't recommend niece and nephew make ramen at home. Tonkotsu
Soba.
ramen noodle. Very hard to get right at home. Just buy from store. Support your local Japanese store.
Ramen noodles are very different in that they need to be alkalinated. That's
Correct.
basically just a fancy way of saying that we put baking soda in the dough. But another
Small correction. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. But ramen, you need sodium carbonate. Uncle
is
Roger. So
like-
chemistry.
Epicurious,
So
switch on
right?
that spaghetti head, and then you're ready to roll.
That's not really.
I have to say, it looked pretty good.
These look absolutely fantastic. Get it with a nice spray of bread flour, just so nothing sticks. Now, our ramen is ready to be cooked. Right here is our
What? That is disgusting. Why this ramen broth look like this? This look like roadkill.
What's happened to the
Tonkotsu
pot?
broth not supposed to look like dirt water. Hiya. This what it's supposed to look like. If your ramen broth look like mud, you fucked up. Uncle
That's
Roger,
right.
I predicted earlier his ramen broth gonna be so dirty. He didn't wash his bone, he didn't throw out water, and his bone has
that's why.
too much meat on there. This broth as dirty as nephew Nick brain.
Gotta find a place to put
It's
this.
a lot of
This pork
blood
has been
also
very
going
bad.
into the water.
6 minutes and 9 seconds.
This broth messier than Auntie Helen and my divorce.
We're gonna strain off all this broth to make it nice and smooth.
Even if you strain, you can't strain out the brown color.
Next we have our chashu, which is our Japanese pork belly. What you're looking at here is pork belly that's cooked the entire night, but I just can't help it. I have to spank it. Lastly though, I do want you to look at the meat on the sides there. Soft,
I think
perfectly
cooked too
tender
long.
whole.
Yeah.
Pork belly,
soft.
it's been a pleasure getting to know you these last
Not
24
looks
hours,
like
but now
delicious.
it's time to cut it.
No, don't cut pork belly when it hot.
Let it cool.
Hiya. It's not solid enough. You have to take pork belly out, chill it overnight, and then cut it when it colder. First you spank pork belly and then you cut it when it warm. What have pork belly done to deserve this? I have to put my leg down from chair again. It's gonna go all over the place.
So let's get a couple of nice slices, just right through.
No nice
See?
slices.
You know, it's funny. It's almost so soft and tender that I can't really get any slices. But give it.
What I tell you? What I tell you?
So that's
So
good
much
enough for me.
soft.
Once I've pulled off the pork belly's thong, I can get a few more.
See, if you chop like this,
Too tender to do what we're looking for.
you just making pulled pork now. This not char siu.
Now it's time to finally open up
Chashu should
those
hold its
soft-boiled
shape,
eggs.
circular.
First, let's cross our fingers that we got that color from those eggs. Just to show you a little spot on the top of the egg that was not submerged.
See? Uncle Roger predicted this also.
We're gonna cut through that egg. Very clean and keeping all of that yolk inside.
Texture good. Texture very good.
I've clearly gotten some of that soy.
Maybe you can submerge a bit more time because you see it brown on outside,
Yes.
white on inside, just like Auntie Hersha.
And boy oh boy aren't those yolks incredible. Just look at how soft and amazing it is. Now we've reached the final shot where we assemble. I know this is the moment you've all been waiting for, so let's get
His hand again.
After mixing it around a little bit, I'll place in a nice spoonful or two of my tare. That's
He
in
likes
Tare
to
going.
touch.
Then comes my
tare
actual
color is
broth.
a bit
The whole
strange,
top
too.
layer.
His dirty broth.
So it's amazing to finally be able to put it into the bowl. Where are the actual ramen noodles? Those should be placed into this
is
hot
like a
broth
dirty liver,
immediately
right?
when they
Looks
finish.
like.
So into this
Wait.
pot,
color.
those should be placed into this hot broth immediately.
You say it should be placed immediately, but then you haven't even prepared ramen to
You can
go
boil
in.
them now.
Does the word immediately mean something different to you? You should cook the ramen beforehand and everything go in at the same time. Don't cook ramen after you start plating. Because when you're cooking ramen, the broth gonna get cold high.
And once it's boiling over a very high
That's
heat,
not
I'll toss in
boiling.
our ramen. And then for just a minute and 30
Not
seconds or so,
boiling.
we'll let this cook. Admire how amazing my
Look a bit soft.
After one or two shakes, put it directly into my ramen broth.
Maybe
and now
boil
we're ready
too
for that
long.
final plating. So in go our
That's
enoki
so
mushrooms.
wait,
Even
that's so
raw?
much enoki. It feels like you having enoki with side of ramen.
Like
then we'll go right in the
enoki
middle
ramen,
with
right?
those gorgeous
This is-
eggs. Then we have our beautiful
This is
pork.
weird.
Then a nice generous handful of green onions. And last but not least, some nori that I've actually gotten. straight
Why is it
Nori
cut so
with
funny?
shape.
There is one of the most gorgeous
is
ramen
this
bowls
shape?
I've ever seen. Now, before we eat this, I want to paint the pork in a little bit more fat. And then
Okay,
just give it a
that's
little
fancy. Torching. Hiya, but
You could do this
torching
before.
good, but don't torch your pork next to the egg. You're gonna cook the egg by accident. Touch it elsewhere. Your house so big, go find some other room to torch your pork.
Now our ramen is ready to eat. I do want to say that this is one of the most beautiful bowls of ramen I've ever seen.
Okay, this ramen better than Nigella and Jamie ramen because he actually make tare. But nephew Nick, tonkotsu supposed to be white, creamy, and sexy. not like brown water. That's the biggest mistake he made. But Uncle Roger liked how much effort he put in. He making noodle from scratch. That's not easy. Out of 5 components of ramen, I think he has at least 4. He forgot to make aroma oil. Nephew Nick, next time clean your pork bone.
Yeah.
Don't cut pork belly when it's hot. And no more spanking in cooking video. Uncle Roger so glad I back wearing my orange polo. Not tank top. Because niece and nephew get
No
so
tank top.
thirsty. Maybe next video, Uncle Roger will read all the thirst comments left by niece and nephew. Let me know if I should do it. Comment down below. This guy, Harvard graduate, Masterchef finalist, and have smoothest baby face in whole. Get a room and spank girlfriend instead. Leave pork alone. Pork didn't do shit. Sorry, Nick's girlfriend. Are you making cooking video or auditioning for Bang Bros? Running off the wipes, that's what I call every Black Friday sale. Nephew Nick, next time clean your bone. I don't know, that sounds dirty. Not like that. Uncle Roger don't mean dirty like that.
Uncle
Niece
Roger
and
like
nephew,
that.
remember to go watch
Kind of
Nephew
things.
Nigel podcast clip about Italian Uncle Roger. Go, click on that. Click on that.
Italian Uncle Roger. No, Italian just nephew Nigel.
Black shirt, black t-shirt. But that color definitely is not what a tonkotsu ramen should look like.
But better than Nigella Lawson and also Jamie Oliver.
But if you want to see us try and make a milky ramen broth, feel free to give the channel a like and subscribe.
Sayonara.
See you next time. Oh, that water looked so bad in the beginning though.
Yeah, just like Dobugawa looks like.
And you have to clean that out because otherwise you're gonna get that metal taste of the blood inside of your broth, I think.
I think that looks so bad.